ready.
Longer than expected. Took a little longer than expected.
Oh, really?
You don't even care about nothing.
Your perspective. Show me.
It's just a little bit of gamble. Post office. Oh, it's closed. Fuck this. Why is everything closed, man?
Yeah.
I
Why?
don't understand.
Maybe break time?
No. This thing is closed every day.
Oh.
Okay. I don't want to go to the...
Bento?
No, we can go to the bento. But I don't want to go to the...
That's the girl you talked about, yes? No.
Yeah,
we met yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's working there. Go down more. But maybe... And maybe I can help you with garden. Your garden is the goat. Can you say in Korean?
Which one?
Maybe he knows someone else that
How can I say? Maybe you should use the translator?
Sorry.
No. Okay, I'll give you mine. 아니야, 다이조부. Yeah, just use the liquid butter at the bottom.
Can't use microphone.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Just turn on the mic.
Maybe you know someone else who needs help.